Hey there guys, I enjoyed making my three-part bug out bag video, so I thought I'd make a part 4, and I'm no longer restricted by YouTube's 15-minute limit, so I'm going to go into a little more detail. I'm going to mostly cover other stuff today, stuff that's not part of my everyday carry kit, but stuff that I have laying around. First I'll just remind you my mini bag. Small bag, water filtration, trail mix, and basic gear that I carry on a short hike. I do have a second bag. It was my original mini bug out bag, but it was getting a bit big. Started with this military type bag. I added a Maxpedition medical kit on the front, a 4x5 pouch on the side, and a water carrying bag for my 32-ounce Nalgene. And it was getting heavy. I was carrying too much stuff for a mini bug out kit, and it kind of started growing in every direction. So that's why I went with a smaller kit. But this is a second option. You can get one of these little bags that have these attachment points, and then you can shop to your heart's content at Maxpedition for all different types of bags they have on it. But I decided not to go with this, at least not for a day hike. If I do a longer hike, I might carry a backpack just to hold things like tarp, sleeping bag, blanket, stuff like that, and then carry this on the side. I don't know yet. But anyway, this is a Maxpedition pouch I got. I forget what it's called. It's more like a writing pouch. I generally also do carry this in some form, but I'm just showing this today because I do have 2 more flashlights that I generally carry with me. They're very tiny LED lights. These are usually made for doctors. I have white, and I have a slightly stealthier version. Blue LED. Blue light does not carry as far as white light, so if you're out there in the woods, you might want to use the blue light if you don't want people to see you sneaking around. But it has plenty of place to hold pens. You could use this as a mini toolkit, as a knife carrier. You can carry your cutlery in here. It has a lot of different uses. I just use it to carry my little moleskin. I have room back here if I'm going to put some more paper in there. I don't know yet, but it's just one of many options, and it fits nicely. You can tie it onto the back of your bag, have it hanging there. You have attachment points, or you can stick it in a large pocket or just throw it in your bag. This I don't really use as part of my kit. I'm thinking this is going to be a everyday carry as far as just going to work and such. This aluminum water bottle, it's a nice water bottle, bright red, but the reason it has these cross in the front is because this is not, it looks like a 27-ounce water bottle. It's not. It's actually an 18-ounce water bottle, and that's because it's 2 pieces. That is the water bottle. Probably 18 ounces, I'm guessing. And the bottom is a cup. Now, unfortunately, this is not the perfect everyday carry kit because, number one, if you put this on a fire to boil water, the threads are right here. I don't trust that the aluminum won't get hot enough for these threads to warp. and of course get dirty and everything like that. It would be harder to put it back together. And the cup has a plastic lining, so of course you can't use the cup for boiling water. But this is basically designed for basic medical stuff in the bottom, and then some water on the top. I'm thinking about using it as a work item to carry aspirin, energy drinks, like 5-hour energy, basic stuff like that in the bottom, and in the top to carry some cold coffee drinks or something like that. It is a nice little design. I think if they made something like this out of titanium or even out of stainless steel, I think it would sell very well. Aluminum, it's lightweight, it's nice, but I don't think it would be as rugged as we need it to be. Got this on eBay for like $15. It was a nice little item, something I could just throw in a backpack and have some basic meds and energy drinks and stuff like that going to work. But if you're considering something for your mini bug out kit, it's probably a good idea. I mean, you can definitely hold the minimum meds you need in the bottom, which is really just some duct tape, some medical tape, some alcohol wipes, maybe some Neosporin and a couple of pills, stuff like that in the bottom. And then the top you just carry some extra water. So that's that. Now for the main purpose of this video. I just threw together some things in this little sack. When you buy titanium cookware, they come in these mesh bags. This is the large mesh bag for Snow Peak. This is a smaller mesh bag. I forget the name of the company, but this is double walled. It's a high quality one. It's not Snow Peak. But this being bright orange would be a great bag for throwing your medical supplies all in one place. If you need your medical supplies to be waterproof, you put them in a Ziploc bag and then you put them in here. Just because it's easy to see from a distance and easy to grab real fast. The large Snow Peak bag I carry with me for a number of reasons. Because it's mesh, I actually have one of these hung outside my back door here. And every time some twigs come down off the tree, I collect them and I throw them in. So I have a bag of twigs like that hanging outside in the back of the house. And that's because it'll dry very easily. The air will get to it being mesh, and I have a collection of twigs for my small stove all the time. So for the same reason, you can carry this with you. If you're out there and you get wet, your hat, your gloves, your shirt, once it dries out, you can put them all in here. Once the weather dries out, you can put your wet gear in here, hang it exposed to the air off the back of your pack, and let it dry that way as you walk. So that's my little extra uses for these little bags that come with the gear. Now, I didn't get any comments yet, but I was expecting comments about my neck knife. This is my neck knife. The other one I just showed you was a tiny little quick access blade. This is a Swedish knife. How about that, MVS Bushcraft? I have a Swedish knife made by a company called Frosts, F-R-O-S-T-S. This is an old knife I got at a flea market. My friend MVS Bushcraft, who I watch all his videos, from Sweden, and loves the flea markets, and I do too. But this is from an old fishing kit in a flea market. Got it for maybe $1. It's, of course, as you see, it was never taken care of. It has some discoloration on the blade, and the handle could use a good sanding. But it's a solid knife, and this is razor sharp. It's so easy to sharpen this back to a razor point. It really is a fantastic knife. So this is my main work knife. This is a shoulder strap. There was a leather shoulder strap going in here and out the other side. You know, you carry it on your shoulder. I figured it would be perfect as a knife case. I put an extra thick piece of leather in here all the way down to just reinforce the front. Put some duct tape around to close off the other side and to carry some extra duct tape, and of course I put some paracord through it. What's great about paracord, you don't have to tie knots all the time. You can actually melt the two ends together. Paracord is great stuff. So anyway, you can put the knife in when you're actually using it all the time in the front like that, and then for longer carries you can just pull out the paracord a little bit to give you even more security as you're carrying it. So that's my actual working whittling neck knife, which I'm sure MVS Bushcraft would be very proud of me. The couple of pennies worth of paracord. This was from one old bag, free, and $1 for a knife, so like maybe $1.05. I have a very good neck knife that I think will last forever because it's a great quality knife. I always carry in my kit another bag, an extra backpack basically. And this one here is the one I used to always carry. Folds up small. This is a Strand backpack from the bookstore here in New York City. Lightweight nylon, so it's kind of water resistant. Has a front zipper pocket, which is not mesh. It's actually pretty water resistant itself. So basically when you're out there on the road and you just want to go out foraging for food or even collecting wood, you have a rugged enough backpack extra with you to carry. This bag will be replaced very soon. I have a haversack coming from the Pathfinder school. I think I will replace this. I don't know. Actually, this material is fairly waterproof, so this could work as a seat or a kneeling mat. Just something waterproof extra to have with you. So I might still carry it in my regular. I will definitely carry it in my full carry kit. You always need a dry place to sit down. So anyway, I just put all the strings in the back and then roll it up good and tight. And then a big rubber band. And there we have just a extra backpack for people who don't watch a lot of these videos and are just watching this because they watch my old videos. Foraging means basically gathering small pieces of wood to start a fire. That's why you'd carry an extra bag, because there's only so much you can hold in your hand. This is one of my super cool items. These are 9-hour candles. I've tested these. They burn for more than 9 hours. I got nearly 10 hours out of them. So that's just light all night long. Or a good way to carry fire. This is an old cell phone case. Obviously from back in the day, because it was much bigger phones back then. Little mesh pocket in the front. Built-in belt loop and a place to hang it. And what I carry in here is a very cool item. This is a candle lantern. What you do is you unfold the handle and you pull it up. There you have one of those 9-hour candles. You have a window in the back to show you how much of the candle is left. This is a full new candle. There's a spring in the bottom, so it's always pushing the candle up. And this will burn for over 9 hours. It has glass in the side here, which you can just work down with your fingers to light the candle. And you push it back up again. And you have a candle lantern. A really, really great thing. If you're in a one-man tent and you have this hanging from the ceiling, it's fire. It'll give off a tiny bit of heat. I'm not saying it's going to warm you up, but it does take the chill out of the air a little bit with this candle burning all 9 hours. And of course, if you don't want to leave the candle burning all night long, you're thinking, well, you know, I could just use a flashlight while I get into my tent, or a headlamp for reading. At night when you turn this off and you hang it up, and then if you get up during the middle of the night and you need quick light, they've thought of that. Built-in 40-hour LED on the bottom. Takes large watch batteries, and it's all you do is reach up and turn it, and you have light, good bright light. Also, click the two sides. Make sure I do this right. It's my first time doing this, but basically you can take this out. It has this little stand in the back so you can hang it up, or you can actually set it down at an angle. And you have your little portable LED light. If you really need to, you can tie some string to this and tie it to your forehead if you need a headlamp. But that's a handy feature to give you some light in the middle of the night. Yeah, so the original candle lantern with 40-hour LED underneath, folds up nice and compact. And I just use this whole cell phone case to carry it. Another thing to show, I guess this is kind of for MVS Bushcraft too, part of your free bushcraft kit, or at least cheap. This is just your standard little metal pill bottle. You get these anywhere, fairly large one. But what I did with this was I made a free waterproof match kit. And what I did different with this is these are paper matches, just from a little paper matchbook that you get anywhere for free. And I also have a striker in there. And what I did was just cut off all the matches, cut off the striker, put them all in here. Now they're in a waterproof container. So you have some very cheap but waterproof matches. These will be waterproof, at least until you open them. It's not something you'd be using in rainy conditions. Hopefully you'd have some other fire source, but you have right there, very inexpensive. Anytime you go into a gas station, you can just ask for a pack of matches and you'll refill your kit for free. This was actually a Christmas present. Every year for the last number of years I've bought one of my nephews some type of flashlight, and this time they got me one. This is from Brookstone. It's obviously something you hang on your neck. It also came with a little key loop. It's handy because it's an easy access flashlight. When you're out there in the bush, you just wear it on your neck, and it's just push button designed. Pretty bright. It has 6 LEDs, and it's all metal body, so it's probably pretty rugged. So something, again, you just throw on your neck and you have light out there when you need it. Part of my real kit. These are Day Treks. Multi-purpose energy ration approved by the US Coast Guard. This is 3,600 calories, which if you're doing an awful lot of walking is a full day's calorie. If you're just surviving, get your minimum 600 calories a day. Well, that'll do you quite some time. 600 calories will do you 6 days. 6 days of basic 600 calorie a day survival food. Not hunting and fishing and having fun. We're talking about just survival. This is designed for basically sea rescues on a raft. Anyway, these are all broken up into little bars. They're this size and that thick. And each one of those tiny little bars has 200 calories, 3 grams of protein, 21 grams of carbohydrates, less than 1 milligram of salt, 10 grams of fat, and they have some protein, vitamin A, vitamin C, thiamine, riboflavin, niacin. Very little, but they have some. The 7% protein is pretty good because by the time you get through this entire pack, there are 18 packs in here, so by the time you get through this whole entire pack, you have 100% of the protein you need for one day anyway. But these things last for years and years, and it's kind of a heavy little brick, but that's 3,600 calories right there. You break your leg and have to build yourself a shelter, and you got to wait 3 days for somebody to come and rescue you. This will easily keep you alive for those 3 days. You're talking about 1,200 calories a day. That's half of what you really should be taking in anytime you're doing any activity. And if you're just lying in a tent with a broken leg, 1,200 calories will do you fine. So this is great stuff. It smells like a nice coconut cookie, but it actually doesn't have really any taste at all. I always have some of these on me as snack food at individuals. What else? Hand cleaner. Hand cleaner ignites like gasoline. Great. I just realized I'm at 21 minutes. I don't know how long YouTube will let me go on for. A match case. This used to spring open. Now it doesn't. Just holds a mini Bic lighter. The reason for this case, if you're carrying a mini Bic lighter or any type of lighter in your kits, and anything presses against this red button, you're going to be leaking gasoline. You might not have a working lighter when you get to where you go. So I put it in this old kit. It'll lock closed. Nothing can touch that button. It can't run out of gas. An extra little towel. Oh, this is like the mesh bags before. It's just this another bag for gathering gear. Then we have a real compass. This is Russian made. Has a reflector mirror. Has an indicator for pointing north, and you can turn to adjust the dial. What's clever about this, it has this little lock button here. You see it? I don't know if you can see that pointing north, but as soon as you press this button, it immediately locks. The needle is no longer moving. That saves the compass from wearing out, so once you close it down, it locks the needle in place to stop it from moving. And it's a good rugged case. Metal protection in the front. Neck hanging. Great compass. Has a little measuring thing on the side. Yeah, so all around a good compass. And that's everything in my little extra bag. So I just wanted to show you some additional stuff that you can carry. As you saw, it all fit in here, so it's not an awful lot of stuff. It's something, if you use a regular backpack as a day kid, you can include all the stuff I showed in my first 3-part video and all this stuff as well easily into a backpack, and still have room for more stuff, some more food and water. So yeah, you can get an awful lot of survival items into a regular sized backpack if you choose to go that route. Anyway, that's it for survival stuff. Now I might do some gear testing, my titanium stoves and stuff like that at another date, but for now, this is it. Thanks for watching.